This is Boomer Life on CL 650.
You load 16 tons, what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store.
We're back. This is Boomer Life on CL 650. I'm Joanne Sutton, joined today by Jim Doyle, Senior Financial Consultant with Investors Group. On Boomer Life today, we're talking about your financial future. A well-thought-out plan for your financial future is an integral part of building the life you want for yourself and for your family. And before the break, Jim, we were speaking about a very unique focus on your financial planning practice. It's your work as a certified divorce financial analyst. Now, we understand that there might be a few different models available when it comes to choosing which divorce option best suits your situation. And to be fair, I don't think most people know much beyond litigation, just basically to go to court and fight it out. So I understand that the choice you make can have a great impact on the outcome and your costs. How can you elaborate on this?
When conflict is involved, this is no time for an advisor to shy away, though many do. It's an uncomfortable environment, and I truly believe this is a time when clients need their advisors the most. For those that have the appropriate training, this is where an advisor can add substantial value to their client's situation. No doubt there are a significant number of files that are best left to the courts, particularly cases of abuse or highly contentious cases. I'm sometimes left to wonder if people might be a little bit hasty to consider litigation, especially if the couple have resolved most of the issues they're likely to want to address. These folks could be a great candidate for a collaborative or mediated outcome.
So what actually is collaborative divorce?
It's an alternative to adversarial divorce, a no-court option. You have specially trained family lawyers. You each have your own lawyer helping you sort out your needs, but instead of working against each of you, the lawyers meet with the two of you to create a settlement that's right for both of you.
So why do you need a financial specialist on your collaborative divorce team?
Agreeing on how to divide your shared assets can be a major source of anxiety, confusion, and conflict. Making smart financial choices for you and your family can have long-range effects. Questions like, should I keep the home? What if I want to keep my pension? What are the things that I should look at? When it comes to the financial consequences of a divorce, you really need a financial specialist on your team to help you make better sense of your options and outcomes.
It's a sad reality, divorce rates being so high that the process will affect a lot of Canadians' retirement plans. Getting some great advice along the way can actually help lessen some of that anxiety about what your financial future might look like during or after a divorce. Can we talk a little bit more about the importance of actually having that written plan?
According to a new survey from the Financial Planning Standards Council, 45% say they were embarrassed by their lack of control over their finances, and 40% of those with shared finances argued regularly over finances. To get the full value from financial planning, you need a financial plan.
I'm not surprised by those statistics either. Can you expand a little bit more as well on the difference between an investment plan and a financial plan? They're two very different approaches, but equally important, and I still think a lot of people confuse the two.
Well, here's how I see the differences. While an investment plan can help you with investment selection, I just can't stress how many other aspects are important to be considered in a financial plan that go beyond investment selection. Consider how your planning, including investment decisions, might change if you knew you were going to live a lot longer than you'd planned. It's important to talk about risk, investment selection, investment criteria, and objectives. The real value comes from exploring the hows and whys of your money. Now, typically, a financial plan looks at cash flow and cash management, insurance, retirement and estate planning, as well as taxes. Your plan also explores strategies essential for meeting your long-term financial goals. Now, for seasoned investors, I haven't forgotten about you. Additional investment selection advice might not be that important. However, financial planning advice in areas like wealth transference, tax or estate planning, and cash flow planning could significantly improve your financial picture.
All solid reasons to have a plan. Today's wise consumer focuses on investment return. Is there anything else that they should be looking at? Is it possible that too much focus is actually being put on returns?
We all want return without risk, but I also think we obsess over investment performance. This can hurt us, especially if we lose sight of how much we can safely withdraw each year and still preserve the capital or grow it in the long term. And while more and more retirees are finding the need to hold some equity in their portfolios for growth and to keep up with inflation long term, I think they're terrified of volatility or losing any of their original capital. The biggest risk is erosion of purchasing power in the long term, the danger of outliving your money. How you address market volatility and respond to it has a big impact on your portfolio's longevity.
So, Jim, would it be fair to say that most advisors tend to think experienced investors understand risk and volatility and actually have an expectation that safeguards are in place?
I think this is one of those myths.
Oh.
Just because people have investments, and sometimes significant investments, doesn't always mean that they're comfortable with their investment knowledge or understand their investments. In an effort to limit volatility, people inadvertently limit risk, removing the chance on a long-term basis for their investments to keep pace with inflation. I often see this in my practice, and this can be a challenging conversation. What I am happy to see is that there are a few advisors that understand the importance of helping clients better understand risk, what risk is, and what it means to them, and what their options are. When investors understand more, I think they can make better choices. But I think the real problem still comes from people not understanding the differences between risk and volatility.
People are definitely living a lot longer than they used to, so longevity sounds like a very important consideration when planning for your financial future. Now, there are a number of things to look at here, and that's where getting some good advice and choosing the right advisor counts. This is especially important when dealing with family issues or other matters where emotions are just a little bit raw and below the surface.
Yeah. In my opinion, managing emotions is by far the most important aspect of managing money. And for a number of reasons. Time, lack of experiences, lack of willpower. It makes sense for many people to outsource the management of their emotions by hiring a financial advisor. It's easy to get pulled off track when it comes to investing. Financial habits have as much to do with achieving one's goal of financial independence as do market performances themselves. Most of us could reach financial independence sooner if we simply practiced patience and stuck to a plan. Having the ability to stay calm in the face of stock market booms and busts can work wonders for your finances. And I don't think it hurts to repeat this. Real value comes from keeping things simple, educating clients and communicating clearly around risk and setting reasonable expectations from the start. Imagine the outcome again if the communication looked like this. These are the things that you need to focus on and pay attention to. These are the things that you should ignore and not pay attention to.
I really appreciate how you address the idea that we work with an advisor to help simplify what we need to focus on and things that we should ignore when it comes to becoming money smart, of course. Where would you suggest that we start? A couple of quick tips before we wrap up.
If you haven't experienced the financial success you've wanted, it's never too late to start taking steps to build a better future. If you want to feel confident in your decision making and more in control of your financial choices, you may need to get out of your comfort zone. I know that's an uncomfortable thought. Considering working with a financial planner who's interested in taking the time to help you understand and explain things. Don't be embarrassed. You're going to make mistakes. It's part of the process. And don't be afraid to ask lots of questions. Regaining financial independence means taking charge of your financial future. You may not have all the tools today, and with my help, we can help you change that. If you want things to be different for 2015, it can be as simple as a phone call to get started.
Obviously, never too late to set yourself on the right path financially. Today, we've been talking about behaviors that could be keeping you from achieving your financial goals and ways to start building some great financial habits. It's all very powerful stuff. So, Jim, can you just leave us with the 3 T's? We've mentioned this before, but it's worth mentioning once more.
I'd love to. If you have the time, to do the research and anticipate the tax consequences, the technique of knowing what you're doing and the appropriate knowledge, and the temperament, that's the emotional control.
The 3 T's. You're listening to Boomer Life on CL 650. I'm Joanne Sutton. Today we've been speaking with Jim Doyle, Senior Financial Consultant with Investors Group. We've been talking about helping people redefine what financial advice means and regaining confidence in their financial futures. Financial security is a paramount goal for most Canadians. The need for advice has never been greater. Make 2015 the year that you rediscover confidence in your financial future. Jim, thanks for joining us today. For more information and to get to know Jim Doyle a little bit better, simply go to his website, jimdoyle.ca, or give him a call toll-free, 1-800-665-7178 or 604-682-5431. Thanks for joining our program today on CL 650.